Hi, my name is Travis.
And I'm Megan, and we are graduate students at Eastern Illinois University.
And today our lesson is microwave, save more than just time. We'll be showing you how to make two different recipes only using the microwave. Our first dish we'll be making is called Southwest Breakfast Quiche.
We know mornings can be really hectic and busy, so this is a quick recipe that you can make for your whole entire family. It's healthy, it's fast, it's packed full of energy, so it's going to get you started in the right direction.
And the second dish we'll be preparing you is called Energy Stuffed Baked Potato. It's a quick, easy, convenient dish to make, and will keep you feeling full until your next meal.
Alright, so since we're doing all our cooking in the microwave today, we're going to go over some basic microwave safety. First thing that you need to know is you need to use microwave safe cookware, utensils, and dishes. So often things are actually labeled on the bottom that say microwave safe. However, that's not always the case. So it's good to remember you don't want to use metal in the microwave, and you don't want to use any metal utensils or anything that has metal on it. Also avoid aluminum foil. Now, it is usually generally safe to use glass, ceramic dishes, and most plastics in the microwave.
It's also important to, when microwaving food, to constantly stir and rotate the food item to make sure it cooks properly.
Absolutely. Alright, well, we're going to get started cooking. So, before you cook, you need to wash your hands, as Travis is doing. So remember to wash your hands with warm water and scrub your hands with soap for 20 seconds. Alright, after he's done washing his hands, he needs to dry his hands with a paper towel or a clean paper towel, or a clean cloth towel. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands while Travis gets started on the recipe.
Alright, so the first dish, like I said, is a breakfast Southwest quiche. All we need for this recipe is spinach, your canned chilies, eggs, and beans, and also crackers, which will be used for our crust. After selecting the appropriate dish, as in this case we're going to choose this Pyrex dish.
Remember, we don't want to use metal.
And the first step in this recipe is to take your crackers. In this case, you're using Triscuits. Keep in mind you can always use substitutions whenever you have it at hand or in your kitchen available to you. And so we'll just take the crackers and kind of line our dish, and this will act as our crust for our quiche.
So today we're using a rosemary flavored Triscuit. You can use a regular type of Triscuit. We also have some, this is sun-dried tomato and olive oil. So whatever you have lying around your house, again, you can use a saltine, a Ritz, any type of cracker you have. It's a good way to use those crackers that you might not know what to do with usually. Alright, well, while Travis is working on the crust, I'm going to get the egg mixture ready. So when you're using eggs, make sure you have a trash can or a sink nearby that you can put the eggshells in. So I'm going to go ahead and crack it. Put my egg in there, and I'm going to throw the shell away. Now I'm getting raw egg on my hands, and that's not very safe because it's going to have some bacteria in it that's unhealthy for us if we ingest it. So when I'm done cracking these eggs, I'm going to wash my hands before I touch anything else. And remember, any bowls or utensils that touch the raw egg when you're cooking also need to be washed with warm water and soap. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands.
So as Megan's washing her hands, I'll begin to whisk the eggs. And once you get the eggs kind of mixed up, we'll open our canned items. We already opened our beans. So I'll let Megan add those into the egg mixture.
We opened our beans already, and we've already drained them. So be sure that you drain your beans before you put them into your egg mixture, because otherwise it's going to take a long time to cook, and it's going to taste different too. And mix those beans in there, get some good protein, so we have lots of energy all day long. And for some extra flavor, we're going to put a canned green chilies in there as well. Okay. Mix that all together. And last but not least, get our vitamin fill in. We have some frozen spinach, so we're just going to put a little bit in there, you know, just eyeball it or so. Alright. Okay, this is ready to be added to our crust. There you are.
So after it's all mixed up, we just simply pour it over our crust that we made earlier. Kind of make it even. Actually, I'm going to take... try to get it as even as you can. After it's even, we're just going to pop it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Remember that all microwaves are different, so it might take longer or less time to cook. And we'll set the timer for 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and check it again.
If it's not completely solid all the way through, you can just cook it for another 30 seconds to a minute until it's all ready.
Alrighty. Be careful when taking out your the rest of the dish. It might actually be quite warm, so some oven mitts or some hot pads might be necessary. We also had to add some additional time cooking our dish. It took a little bit longer than anticipated, so make sure you check it periodically to make sure it's properly cooked. As of now, we're just going to put it aside, let it rest for a minute or two, and we're going to begin with our second recipe.
Alright, so the second recipe we're making today is energy stuffed baked potatoes. So that means we are going to be using 4 baked potatoes today. You can do this with less, but we're going to do 4 today. And we're also going to be using canned corn. You can use any kind of frozen vegetables, canned vegetables, fresh vegetables. Today we decided to use corn, but whatever you have in your food pantry is what works. Experiment. We're also going to use a can of tuna, and then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing. You can use any kind of dressing you have lying around your house. Italian vinaigrettes work great, but today we're going to use ranch. Just changes up the flavor depending on the dressing that you use.
All right, to get started, we're going to make sure the potatoes are properly cleaned and washed. So make sure you get all the dirt or debris off the potatoes. And then these are actually have already been cleaned. And so after you clean them, you just want to make sure you poke them a few times to allow for proper cooking. These have actually been all prepped already and poked. So we're going to toss these in the microwave for 6 minutes. Then after the 6 minutes, we're going to kind of rotate them and then put them in for an additional 6 minutes.
As we said earlier, it's a good idea to rotate your food when you're cooking in the microwave because it helps it cook more evenly.
So now that it's cooking, we could taste our first recipe.
Yum, I'm excited. It's going to taste like.
You want to scoop on me to scoop?
Sure, I'd love for you to scoop.
Let's see.
That looks like a good piece.
I'm on the first one, huh?
I'm just so hungry. I'm ready to start my day.
Oh! We have a spill.
Thank you, Travis.
Yes.
Oh, look at that crust on there, too. Okay, you ready?
Let's try it.
Yum.
How does it taste? It's a little warm. It's good.
That's delicious.
Here we go.
Mmm. Southwestern breakfast quiche. Okay, that's delicious. Well, I'm going to set that aside. We can enjoy that later while we're waiting for our potatoes. But before we get started, we're going to make the rest of our mixture. So this is our canned corn. I already drained it. So go ahead and add that to a bowl. Then you are going to put your canned tuna in, and I've already opened it. If it's really watery, you can drain it, although it does add a little bit of moisture to our dish. So put that in there. Alright. And then I'm going to add my ranch dressing. So, as I said, I'm going to put a couple tablespoons in. And if you want, you can always do a little bit of this ranch dressing and then another kind of dressing and just experiment and see what the flavors taste like. Okay, mix this all together so that it gets coated nicely. Now my mixture is looking pretty wet, so I'm not going to add anything else to it, but if you needed to, you could add more salad dressing just to give it a little more moisture. However, just a little bit at a time because a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside while we're waiting for the potato to cook. We're going to enjoy some quiche and then we'll be right back.
Alrighty, so after the potatoes are properly cooked all the way, nice and soft, the next step is to slice the top portion of the potato off. Then after slicing the top portion off, we're going to take a spoon and simply scoop out the insides, kind of making a hollow shell. And then we're going to add this to the previous ingredients that we combined in that bowl.
Alright, well, while Travis is demonstrating that, we actually already scooped out some potatoes that are ready. And we have already put the fillings mixed into our tuna mixture, tuna corn mixture. So I'm just going to mix this all together and make a nice, delicious mixture, full of flavor. Okay. Now once this is all mixed up, I'm going to stuff it back into the potatoes. So it's alright if you get it, you know, it can overflow. The more the merrier. Sorry, I'm making a little bit of a mess. I'm sure you'll do a much better job. Alright. Stuff these up. Getting our protein in with our tuna and lots of energy. Wonderful. Kind of look pretty.
Nice stuffing job.
I'm sure you'll do a much better job. And if you have extra stuffing, you can eat that. You can mix it with a salad, do lots of different things with it.
Alrighty, so after they're all stuffed, we're going to pop them in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes. We might have to check them again just to make sure they're properly cooked and warmed up. So just note that, and you might have to add additional time.
Yeah, this is just to heat up the insides of the potato that weren't mixed in.
Now that the timer's off and they're all heated and warmed up, they're ready to be served.
All right, they look delicious. Okay, well that wraps up our microwave save more than just time lesson. We have made the energy stuffed baked potato as well as the Southwest breakfast quiche. We hope you've learned something new today and these recipes look like something you want to try out. Remember, wash your hands before you start cooking, and you can mix and mingle these recipes depending on whatever you have in your pantry. So take care, enjoy cooking. My name's Megan.
Travis.
And we will see you later.